What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another FPL video. My name is Mo, and today I'll be going through the game week preview for game week 6. It's only a couple of days away, guys. I know it's just finished in terms of Manchester United Leicester for game week 5, but we're back again and we're talking about the big topics going into game week 6, which is going to be discussing around our FPL teams. So there's a lot of questions to answer, big questions, and on screen you can see the biggest question, which is Erling Haaland and his minutes for game week 6. But before we get into the big topics, guys, I want you guys to hit that like button. Let's get another video to 100 likes, and if you haven't hit that subscribe button, hit that subscribe button and be part of the FPL INKLING family, which is fast growing and the family continues to grow. So the first topic, which is Erling Haaland. So how many minutes will he play? Will he start? Will he not start? Should we captain him? Should we not captain him? The questions are being asked and asked and asked within the community, and there is no clear answer. So there's two schools of thoughts here, guys, which is going to kind of go through within the video, and I'm going to give you guys my overall opinion and who I'm going to captain and why I'm going to captain them. So they're playing Aston Villa away on Saturday. So one school of thought is, the turnaround of games is a bit shorter between game week 5 and 6 for Manchester City rather than the turnaround for game week 4 and 5. So for example, they had a 3-day kind of rest before the next game happened, which was midweek, and then from then they played on Wednesday. They'll have Thursday off, Friday off, and then they have got the tea time fixture, which is 5:30 on Saturday. So pretty much less than 3 days, so less than 72 hours before Man City go again. So the pro Haaland, or let's say the pro captain Haaland managers are stating that, look, he's only played 68 minutes. He's got a good rest, so he's got literally 23 minutes off that pitch with added time added on. And then he's also not played the full 90 minutes in the game before against Crystal Palace. So he is rested. He should be good to go. He might be given another 60 minutes. And to be honest, the way Aston Villa have played this season with their fragile defence and the scintillating form Haaland is pretty much displaying week in, week out, back-to-back hat-tricks, insane 9 returns already. I think it's 10 returns in 5 games he's got. So why should we doubt him? So he could start, but the only thing that kind of gets to my kind of let's say doubt within me, it's not 100% guaranteed because of Pep's comments. Now, Pep could be having us on. He could actually be fooling most of our community by saying he's going to be rested, but he's been rested a lot more than we actually thought. So he could get a start. He could kind of get his points and then get a rest and be ready for the Champions League fixture. But if you're in the bit of a reserved camp for Haaland captaincy, like myself, the only thing that kind of makes Salah a better option for me is the fact that he is pretty much nailed on to play 85 plus, maybe even 90 minutes the full game against Everton. And to be fair, Everton haven't had the greatest of defences, and in that game I should expect Liverpool to get some returns, and Lampard's under huge pressure in that game in itself. So kind of I'm more tilted towards the Salah kind of safe bet. But I do want to be, that risk taker for this week. But is it the right time to take a risk on Haaland? I just don't think so at this moment. You never know, guys. Before the deadline, I might change my mind. The press conferences for all the managers are still to take place on Friday. We've got Pep, hopefully, in front of the journalists, and one of the journalists is an FPL player and can say, will Haaland be starting? So we can get a bit more of an idea of how he's going to be managed in this game week for game week 6. So for me personally, at the moment, I'm captaining Salah, which is a safe bet. But, if he starts again in terms of Haaland, then I've just got to pray that, Salah turns up once more and gets me, some goals and some fixtures, returns in terms of game week 6. So he hasn't done too bad in game week 5, guys. He's got 2 assists. And the thing I like about the midfield captain option is when they score, they get an extra point. And then if they keep a clean sheet, they get an extra point. So those kind of add up as well. So 2 extra points become 4 if they do get them overall. So that's the kind of thing that Haaland can be, if we draw him up level, that might be something that it kind of outweighs him in that regards. But if he's banging in hat-tricks, Salah has to literally, raise his game in terms of returns as well. But then got Tottenham away next weekend, so I expect him to be, rested and fitting well to start that game. Then Wolves, Manchester United. But this week, the big question around Haaland for me, guys, he's in my squad for a reason. I want him to play, but just in terms of him starting or not starting, I'm not too sure. And we've got the Alvarez playing 90 minutes is also the kind of managers who are having this in their favour in terms of an argument of saying Salah should, not be the captaincy option and Haaland should be, is the fact that Alvarez played 90 minutes. Now, Alvarez hasn't played many minutes before that, so it could be the sense that he's been given 90 minutes, he'll probably be given another 90 minutes and then be rested for the Champions League game. Or it might just be, another false night. It could be Kevin De Bruyne, Mahrez, Foden, we just don't know. something in my brain tells me Haaland should start or will start, and I should captain him, but it's just that risk I just don't want to take. And Everton's a good fixture to target, by the way. And if I owned Harry Kane personally myself this game week against Fulham, or if he was in my squad with Haaland in there, I may have even been more tempted to captain him. So there are alternative options if you own both Kane and Haaland, or if you've got a threemium still from game week 1, which is Salah, Haaland and Kane. Kane actually might be a better option for captaincy overall because of the fixture. But again, Haaland is going to be one of the most popular choices, and we just have to wait to see the announcement of the team for Man City for 4:30, which is an hour before the kickoff on Saturday evening. Now, the next big topic has been Rodrigo. Who's his replacement? How long is he out for? So as I mentioned in my previous videos, most likely it's going to be like 3 to 4 weeks based on the nature of the injury, but it could be longer or he could come back a lot sooner. So I'm thinking maybe around the Manchester United game, which is after the kind of international break or rest, he should be good to come back. I doubt he'll be ready for the Brentford game on this weekend or the Forest game next week. So who are the replacements? Let's have a look at potentials that are being looked at the moment. So we can see around, the budget options. Zaha's been quite popular. I've been really impressed with him. 4 goals in 4 starts, and fixtures wise, it's not looking too bad. Newcastle is a good fixture to target this weekend. So if you're looking for a replacement and you do have the funds available and you've been sensible reserving some funds, or you can make 2 moves to get to Zaha, a really good option for you to consider, because then after that they've got Manchester United, Brighton, so not too bad in terms of fixtures for Zaha to be targeted. Pascal Gross, if you don't own him at the moment, has done incredibly well. 4 returns with 3 goals and 1 assist so far. Had a blank this game week, but that shouldn't put you off him as an asset. Leicester at home, Leicester at bottom of the table, so he's going to be a popular option to be brought in as a replacement. Bournemouth and then Crystal Palace, so again, a couple of really good fixtures there, so I think he looks like more of a popular option if you don't have to make 2 moves or if you only have 1 transfer for this game week. Another player we could look at here, which we could potentially bring in, could be, let's have a look, Martinelli. If you don't own him, again, he's owned by 40% of managers, so 6.4 mil, a like-for-like replacement with 4 returns as well, with 3 goals and 1 assist. And fixtures-wise, yes, they've got Manchester United this weekend, but after that they've got Everton and Brentford, so there's some really good fixtures for you to target there in terms of Gabriel. And then we could look at alternative players in there. If there's another player that we could look at, potentially Rashford, but they've got Arsenal on the weekend. Crystal Palace leads, so he could be playing the false 9 as he did against Leicester. United look good up front with Sancho coming forward as well, but if you can get to Sancho, who's going to be a bit more expensive around the 7.5 mil mark, maybe you could afford him and bring him into your squad. So those are quite a few replacements that we do have for Rodrigo you guys can look to bring in. And then obviously you can reverse back to him once he's fit and ready to go, maybe for the Aston Villa, Crystal Palace fixtures that are coming along. And then the next topic is Mo Salah. So we've discussed him already around the captaincy options. There's a lot of talk about dropping him. So a lot of managers are actually thinking at the moment that it's wise to drop Mo Salah. So we can have a look at the moment to see, like, in terms of transferred out, in terms of players, I think he's probably going to be quite high up. Yes, he is. He's in the top 5, to be fair. How many managers have taken him out? Let's have a look. 110,000 already. So I think that will increase over the next couple of days. 50%. Just over his ownership, so it could be actually a good shout to actually captain him. So rank-wise, it could be beneficial. But if we look at this like any other season, let's just forget Haaland for one moment. I know it's hard to do, but guys, let's just take a moment to think. He's got 5 returns. It doesn't make him a bad asset overnight just because he's worth 13 mil and he hasn't scored as much as Haaland. Those numbers, there's Bundesliga tax, they will eventually, calm down. But Salah's proven it, season upon season, he does get returns. And 5 returns already in 5 games shouldn't really put you off him because he's getting decent returns. He had a blank against Bournemouth in the 9-0, which is kind of still a sour taste in people's mouth. But he's actually a great player in regards to getting you returns. He's on penalties as well. He hasn't got a penalty so far this season, but we'll just have to wait and see what he does and deliver against Everton. And in terms of fixtures, we've had a look on the screen as well. So we've got Everton, Wolves, Chelsea, Brighton, Arsenal, Man City. So it's a mixture of fixtures, but he does score big in big games, guys. He scored against Man City previously, Arsenal and Chelsea. So it shouldn't be something that puts you off, I would say, taking him out of your squad right now. But again, if you're playing a wild card and you've kind of given up on him, but I completely understand that. But from my perspective, this guy has to remain in your squad because he just adds that fine balance. And if he's got 5 returns and people are thinking he's not hit the ground running, then, good on us for holding on to him and let him hit that form that people are looking for. So we'll be there to take advantage of him when he does go big. And the last topic we're going to talk about is going to be Jaden Sancho. So the Leicester versus Manchester United game was the last game on this match day, which was game week 5. What does it bring for us? What has it brought for us in terms of what we know more about Manchester United? They, I think, look a lot more solid now, even defensively. It was a bit shaky because they did come for them in the last 10 minutes. Leicester decided to, finally make a go of the game. But overall, it's been actually quite a good performance from Manchester United. And Jaden Sancho, 2 returns so far, 2 10-pointers, one against Liverpool and one against Leicester in itself. And he's got 67 minutes he's played as well. So he's got rotation. So in terms of being rested, but I think he will be ready to start on the weekend. So Ten Hag was probably managing his minutes there as well. But he looks really good. He's getting into the good positions. He's making forward runs and he's not afraid to finish off. And he's a great finisher, by the way. If he does get a chance in front of goal, he does put the ball away in the net. In terms of fixtures-wise, it's a bit of a, bumpy ride in personal opinion. They've played Leicester already. They've got Arsenal on the weekend. They've got Crystal Palace, Leeds, which are good fixtures to target. Manchester City will be a tough game, and then Everton. So, again, we've got the fixtures that we're looking at for Sancho that he could bring some real value to your squad, and he's only 7.3 mil, guys, so he could even be a good replacement for Rodrigo if you do have that extra cash to bring him in. But again, the Arsenal fixture might throw you off, but guys, he's an attacker. He's going to get into good positions. He will get chances. He could score. Arsenal aren't defensively amazing. They're not going to automatically be thought of as clean sheet definitely at Old Trafford. United will turn up buzzing. The crowd will be behind them. There's a new kind of wave of expectations and the players are bouncing off each other. So he could be a good differential to own because he's not owned by many managers as we speak. He's only owned by 5.5% of managers. So if you're looking for a potential differential in your squad, maybe the time right now is to get Sancho into your squad. I wish I could bring him in, but at the moment, to me, to move to him, I'd have to sacrifice one of my defenders, for example, Cancelo, which I don't have any intention to move away from to bring in Sancho. But you never know, later down the line, I could look to maybe, when I play my wild card, target good fixtures for United, but they don't really start after reviewing them till after the Boxing Day fixture, which is after the World Cup. So who knows, guys? I might go there before. I might finally get a Manchester United player in my squad. But it's someone that's tempting me at the moment. So if there's any injuries or anything I need to shake up in my squad going into the next couple of game weeks, Sancho is on my radar. And for 7.3 mil, it's definitely someone I would consider bringing into my squad, especially with the differential aspect in the team as well. So we can overall have a review of how I've done in game week 5 so far. So we can get up my score and my overall rank. So the rank hasn't updated on the FPL website in itself. So as you guys can see, I've got it on screen here, 84 points, 1.1 mil it says on there, but it's actually just over 700,000. So I've gone up 800,000 in rank. So happy days for me. 334 points. Thank you to Andreas. A really good week for me. Green arrow of half my rank pretty much, so from 1.5 mil to in the top 700k, I'll take that. And the objective is obviously to hit the next 500k, which is only 3 points away, and then get into the top 100 as soon as possible and then make my way to number 1. So thank you guys for watching this Game Week Thoughts video, the Game Week preview. I hope you guys liked it. We covered the main topics. Thank you so much for watching. If you haven't hit the subscribe button yet, please subscribe to FPL INKLING, join the family. And if you haven't hit the like button, please hit the like button. Let's get another video to 100 likes because we have done that in the last couple of videos. And thank you so much for all your support. Best of luck for Game Week 6. Get your transfers in. Make sure you make your captaincy decision as soon as possible. And I'll put on my squad just before I go to show you guys what my team looks like for Game Week 6. If you guys haven't seen my team selection video, please go through it and have a look into why I've made my choices about captaincy, the players I'm playing, and how my team is setting up for Game Week 6. Till then, guys, take care, stay tuned, and I'll be back with some more content and deadline stream before Game Week 6.